Good day, creative friends. Welcome back to my studio. Today I decided to paint a pot of flowers, or a vase of flowers, using moonglow, the color moonglow as my inspiration. Apart from selecting the design elements that I want to use and the color combos, the only thing that I'm allowing myself to trace is the vase. It's a faint outline, so you probably are not seeing it. The rest, in terms of the florals, the composition of the florals is all up in the air. It's going to be totally spontaneous. The colors I'll be using are Titan Buff, Pyrrol Orange, mixed in with a tiny bit of Indian Yellow. Then I have Moonglow, my inspiration. And then I have a mixture of Blue Apatite Genuine with Van Dyke Green. And don't worry, you don't have to write anything down. I will list the supplies in the description of this video, as well as in a pinned comment. So I'm going to start by painting the vase, and I'm going to use my neutral color, which is Titan Buff. And I may also add a tiny bit of that blue-green mixture. And I'll probably go over that a little bit too later on, but let's just add maybe just towards the bottom. Or why not half of it? The one thing I'm very conscious about is to not have the vase steal the show, because I think I want the star of this painting to be the florals, obviously. So if I start adding too much pattern, too much detail to it, it's going to attract too much attention. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to be totally transparent with you. I did a similar painting just before, and I ended up working my way up, and I was left with a floating vase with about this much white space at the bottom and nothing up top. So this is my second try, so I'm going to be mindful of that. And also I had completely forgotten to use this pinkish color, which is the flesh tint. So I'm going to start by using that color. And I might even, oh yeah, drop. I like to splash a few times, and that just helps, because sometimes even if we say we're going to remain loose, it's not always easy to do so, and we have a tendency to be more rigid than we want to. So I'm just going to leave these little bits in there. I may add a third flower here, let's say a third pink flower. I have a light that's reflecting here. You're seeing it correctly on the screen, but I'm only seeing water floating about, so I'm gonna have to move my head sideways. This is the color that may easily overtake the whole scene, and if it happens, then that's fine. But I'm going to try my best not to let that happen. So you know what, I should put something there. Okay, let's just put that block of paper here, so that just a stopper, because I was going to walk right into it. Maybe a little bit here from behind the vase. And I'm lucky that this has already started drying, because it could have been a problem. Now I'm going to add a bit of Indian Yellow to this. Oof. It's really nice. When you add that yellow to the mix, it's really nice. Now also keep in mind that when the watercolor dries, it gets lighter. I'm gonna add the moonglow and I have to be careful with the orange as well, and moonglow. Moonglow is a purplish tone. Orange and purple when wet, it's bad news. Sometimes it's bad news. So, gotta be careful with that. Now, I'm going to soften up that color a little bit. I'm gonna keep this one in because I think it's cool. But already I'm seeing that that flesh tint is taking a step in the background. It's obliterated. So I'm going to try and bring that one back. And I'm going to put one down here. Now, I've gone too far in, so I'm just going to blend that. And it's only going to become like a shadow because I have nothing here. So if I use it, if I add a definite shape close to here, it's going to look unbalanced because I have nothing here, and I really did not want to put anything there. So I'll see what I can do. Maybe if I put it a tiny bit higher. So let's see. How about we go, whoops, well, I didn't want to go there, but it's there now. So let's just go here. And we're gonna just leave those little accidents there. That's fine. I do want to add a bit of that blue-green here and there just as a starter for the leaves. Orange has now become the star of the show. That's fine. So now I'm going to take my accent color, which is Moonglow, and I'm going to add centers to some of these flowers. I want a third one, so this one I guess will be it. I'm going to be adding more orange to the piece because obviously the Moonglow is no longer the star of the show. So this one here, whoa. Pyrrol orange is, I find, very red and requires finesse. I'm gonna have this one go over in front of, okay. And then this one, I'm just gonna add a center to that one. And darken here. So we've got our 5 like bright orange flowers. It is the next day. As you can see, I'm wearing a different outfit, but the birds are still singing outside. And I have removed the artwork from the tape because I need to move it around. We're at the doodling stage, and I decided before I start doodling that I would repaint the band, the gold band around the vase, because it was a tiny bit wonky at the bottom. I'm not aiming for perfection, but I did want to add a thicker coat or layer of gold. So I think this is better. I've also used a flat brush, which helps in the process. I have all this beautiful gold on my brush, so I'm going to put it in my sketchbook. I am stingy that way, yes, but who knows, this could lead to an experiment. So I'm gonna let that dry, rinse my brush. So for the doodling part, I have to confess I took a photo with my phone, and within Procreate I doodled because I was a bit confused at this mess. I kind of lost control in the floral department. In doing that, it gave me an idea of where I need to go and what kind of doodling style I wanted to do. Now, I do have a process before I start painting now. I work a lot in my sketchbook. I have shared my pre-painting process with my patrons. A lot of it was decided at the pre-painting stage, but the floral arrangement in itself, it never is, because this is the spontaneous part. So I kind of splashed things around and now I'm stuck. The one thing I'm pretty sure of is I think I'm going to use my lead pencil to create most of the doodles. what I want to do now is add gold dots. I'm gonna try and use a stylus for that. I bought these. These are for nail art. They do have like a tiny brush at the end. I've never used them for the brush, but they do have the stylus at the other end. I'm not sure about the the consistency it needs to be. I'm assuming if it's too liquidy, it's not going to work. If it's too thick, it might not work either. Let's just try one for the sake of it. So I have my stylus. I don't know. Will it work? Let's find out. Oh, it works. This is editing, Cece. I realize that you're not seeing the making of the dots properly, but the stylus had to be straight up and down. I didn't have a side view set up. Also, I needed to cut a lot of the footage because I was reaching for the paint that was to the left of me, and all yours would have seen is my sleeve just passing in front of the camera. Also, a lot of the areas that I was working on were completely out of frame, and again, that's because I got so excited about this technique that I completely forgot about the filming process, so my apologies for that. People of the world need to know this, everybody. Okay, there's a danger I might overdo the dots. If I overdo it, will you forgive me? Considering how happy I am right now. Wow, so yeah, you can load up your stylus, and depending on the pressure that you apply, you can get oops, too big. Small dots. I'm hoping you can see all that. Oh, wow. Wow. Well, dog me happy. Because, oh my goodness. Okay. I think I need to stop. I really think so. This is what my stylus looks like right now. It's a happy stylus. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you 1,000 times, person who sent me that tip. I'm going to use this stylus again with Moonglow. Let's see if that's going to work too. We're all full of experiments today. So here's what I did. I sprayed water in the half pan. And because I want to add tiny dots, I'm going to use the smaller stylus. I'm just going to dip the stylus and see if it's going to work. Oh yeah. All right, so I am pulling out my pencils because my color pencils, because I do want to have some definition. I just used it here just as a tester. My intention with this is to kind of like separate some of these design elements. Like for instance, I have 2 leaves here and I have a flower. I'm just going to add a little bit of that cool gray in here. So this is cool gray 70%. The other one I have is clay rose, and I think I'm going, because it's got a purplish tone, and I think I'm going to add it to the vase just as like a shadow. Okay, I don't know how to render the shadow, so I'm gonna leave it alone for now. I'm gonna need to practice this, but I like it. I like the colors. I don't use orange all that often, and I think it's pretty. Oh wait, wasn't I supposed to do little branches? You know what? I think these dots would look good with tiny branches just because it would remove the dotty dot dot. I don't know how else to explain this. Do you know what I mean? Like all of a sudden they're just not floating dots, they're actually branches. And they're quite different than the gold dots that I added there. So I'm just connecting them with my pencil. Ooh, that gold though. Oh, I could work at this for a very long time and not get tired. I really love the look, the overall look of this piece. It's busy, yes. The dots are huge. I kind of went cray-cray on the dots, but hey, it's a new toy. So I had to overuse it. But bust out your styluses, ladies and gents. Come on. Who would have thunk it? A stylus and watercolor. I mean, I could see a stylus and acrylic, because acrylic is made of plastic. It grabs at the metal. But watercolor? I mean, wow. It even worked with the moonglow. So, a wonderful find. Again, thank you so much to the person that has put me on this path. I so appreciate you. You have no idea. I want to say also a big thank you to all those new patrons that I've joined since last week on Patreon. My awesome patrons family is growing, so I thank all of them, and I thank you, my awesome subscribers, for commenting and liking my videos. I appreciate each and every one of you. Please stay safe, healthy, and creative, and I will see you soon.